Right then, it's time for us to bring you the headlines, the news headlines. But before that, today is our colleague's birthday, Bernice Abu Bedu. At some points during the show, we'll be throwing up some random pictures of her just to remind you who she is. Of course, as if you need reminding. So happy birthday to you, Bernice. But right now, though, it's time for the news, and I'm excited because we've got our very own Mapito Sebidi joining us to give us all the headlines. Maps, Avishapa.
And many happy returns, Kojo Yangson.
I was holding my breath for you to respond in Chi, but
you know, I'm still learning, so next year.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Afisi saying na abaze.
Amen.
Oh, okay. Well.
Amen. Amen. Yes.
I was asking you to give me a wish. You know, Afisi saying na.
Next time by this year, I'll be driving your Range Rover. No?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
in your Range Rover.
I accept. And amen to that. All right then, so what's happening in the world of news?
Now to our first story, the Ghana Revenue Authority says it will start cracking the whip on workers who fail to file their tax returns. This move follows several amnesties with the hope that employees will willingly comply with the law which makes filing taxes mandatory. Speaking on Upfront with Raymond Akwa, the Commissioner General of the GRA, Emmanuel Kofinti, explained one cannot refuse to obey this law merely because the employees deduct taxes from their salaries.
GRA is going to bite. What we're going to do is that once we are widening the tax level with the thing and the rest, the next thing is getting all Ghanaians to file their tax.
File taxes?
Yes, that's the rule.
When?
And by the 30th of April every year, all potential taxpayers, Ghanaians, when they are outside the country, they are in the UK, they are in the US, they are in Canada and the rest, they rush to pay their taxes.
What does it mean?
That's a culture.
Okay.
It's what we want to bring down to our people here. And to start off, we gave tax amnesty. And now that the time has elapsed, expired, now is the time to bite. And fortunately, at the GRA and at our level, we know how we manage to get everybody into the tax net.
I see.
And we are going to work at that. And 2019 is not a joke time.
Explain to me, what does it mean? What do you mean when you say that I should file my taxes?
File your taxes is saying that the income that came to you in a year, you have to let the state know. Yes, the income that came to you in a year, and then relate it to the tax brackets, the bands and the rest, and be able to determine that this is the level of income that came to you. And so then you have to be able to be taxed on that.
GRA knows my salary. There's a deduction from my salary that comes to the GRA all the time.
No, it's Raymond, your income is not only your salary that comes to you.
Which other one?
The Joy knows you to the extent that it gives you your pay.
Yes.
But Joy doesn't know you fully. It's you, Raymond, as you sit.
Yes.
You alone, you know the totality of the income that comes to you.
Okay, so if I go and do what we call Galassi, now you have to take money from it.
Yes, you have to. Account for all the income that came to you in a year.
To the Upper West region next, where Jirapa Municipal Chief Executive Christian Bombanye Amedu has urged the people of the municipality to take advantage of government's intervention programs that were rolled out this year. She concedes 2018 was challenging, but was quick to add that government is on top of the issues and is working to ameliorate the plight of the people. Mrs. Bombanye Amedu made the statements at a New Year get-together at Jirapa. Upper West Regional Correspondent Rafiq Salam reports.
Royal Cozy Hill Hotel, or better known as Jiruba Dubai, was full to the rafters. It was one of the venues in the region which was well patronized to celebrate the new year. It was an occasion for some families for a reunion after a year of being apart from each other. It was fun for children as they busily engaged themselves with the recreational facilities available, and others also took to swimming. The music played here was traditional, which got the revelers to sing along with them whilst on their seats. Burkinabé musician cum dancer Joki Mida was a special guest artist, and he didn't disappoint the whole day revelers. Also present to grace the occasion was Municipal Chief Executive for Jiruba, Christine Bombanya Amadou. She commended the organizers, Royal Kozi Hill Hotel, for such an initiative in the municipality. Christine Bombanya Amadou also used the opportunity to urge the people to take advantage of the social intervention programs that will be rolled out by the government.
Jirapa 2019 is going to benefit from 10 dumps. Our young girls and boys, especially the youth, do not have work to do. And as a government, this is a worrying situation to all of us. And so when these dams are built, it is hoped that the youth will make good use of it by growing a lot of vegetables. I hope that the young girls and boys in the municipality will use the opportunity to do gardening so that we will earn some income to be able to take care of our families.
Sales and marketing manager of Royal Hill Cozy Hotel, Nicholas Sunsuma, was happy with the turn up at the event.
Culture is our way of life, the way we do things. Okay, so we from this place, we need to also appreciate the cultural dancing groups in this region. Don't forget that the hospitality industry has to also do with the creative art industry. As you are here, you can see them. They're doing well. You look at the way and manner in which they are dancing. You look at the gestures and all those sort of things. They are communicating to people. So it's an art of creativity, and they are really entertaining our crowd here. And I think it's a best decision for us to organize no any other program but the cultural dancing group.
Reporting for JoyNews, Rafik Salam.
To the Ashanti region now, the Kumasi Traditional Council wants government to restore with immediate effect the power of chiefs to summon their subjects if the president wants traditional leaders to play any meaningful role in solving pertinent issues in their local areas. President of the Kumasi Traditional Council and Chief of Bantama, Bafo Owusu Amankwetia, is emphatic the fight against Galamsey, for example, is bound to fail without Nananom and their power of summons. The Traditional Council wants President Akufo-Addo to fulfill his promise to chiefs last year to give them power and resources to resolve issues at the local level. The Chief of Bantama, Bafo Owusu Amankwetia, was speaking to journalists in Kumasi.
Seize the opportunity provided by this platform to appeal to the government that he should try and restore the chief's power of summons without delay. If he really wants the chiefs to help him to succeed, if he wants the chiefs' cooperation, if he wants the chiefs to be effective in their local areas, then it's very important that this power is restored. We have told the government, we've had on so many, fora that, we've had the occasion to, meet the government. We have made it clear to him that if that thing is not done, it will be very, very difficult for us to be effective in the local areas. The government has, promised that it's going to, act positively on this issue. But as we speak, I think the last time that we went to Accra I think it's over a year now, and we haven't heard from the government. So we are reminding the government that if indeed he wants the chief to be effective in the we are the only people who can control our local areas. A military man can control our local area. A policeman, he will need our cooperation to control the local area. The information that comes to us, it never gets to anybody. We have real informants at the local area. But then when we get the information, what do we do with it? There's nothing you can do with it because you don't have the power to even summon the person to come before you. So this is a very, very important issue. We want the government to look at it and then in the shortest possible time, try and restore this power.
He also warned that Kumasi Traditional Council will from this year embark on a rigorous enforcement of bylaws to get traders off the pavements and other unauthorized areas in Kumasi. He wants all traders plying their businesses at unauthorized areas to vacate immediately. Now, to other stories, the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research says it is making inroads with its initiative to get children actively involved in tree planting in the Ashanti region. The Forest Research Institute of Ghana, FORIG, Basic Tree Planting Program aims to educate children on the importance on preserving the environment as well as protect it. Senior research scientist at CSIR FORIG, Dr. Gloria Jani Jagblekte, says there is the need for a collaborative effort between scientists and children in tree planting initiatives in order to grow the forest cover. Mohammed Nuruddin reports.
Ghana is ranked as one of the highest rates of deforestation in the world, with rural households highly dependent on forest resources for food, materials, and cash income. Many methods and initiatives have been initiated by successive governments to reverse the trend. But according to Forest Research Institute of Ghana, working with children to influence their thinking and use of forest resources would build them towards sustainable forest management. According to Dr. Gloria Jani Jagblekte at the CSIR Forest Research Institute, it does not make sense to teach young children theory without practice.
In the course of a sensitization campaign, what we observed is the students, yes, they are somewhat aware of what is happening in their surroundings, but the information is quite scattered. So it's just a form of, piecing pieces and bits together. So they will know that, oh, so this is why this is happening. And not that all hopes are lost. We can also do something to salvage situation. So it's like a form of hope being brought into some hopelessness situation.
Experts believe active engagement of children is more likely to bring about positive learning results.
As long as we will reach millions of Ghanaian children, because it is our desire that we bring environmental and climate change issues to the doorsteps of every school-going child. So we started with the basic schools. Now I think we visited about 6 to 7 schools, and we hope to do more. Prayer is maybe we'll get people to hold our loins, in the form of funding, because it's quite expensive, you know.
To protect the forest, you're supposed to plant more trees and create nature reserves.
What are you going to do as a person?
I personally would inform other people on the effects of doing some practices that to destroy the forest, and I'll also teach them on the importance of the forest.
Try as much as possible to educate people, anyone I get in contact with, about the effects of destroying the environment, and also ways to protect the environment from being destroyed. Okay. If possible, I'll try to go to other forest research centers to get more knowledge about plants.
Forests contribute about 1/6 of the global carbon emissions when cleared, overused, or degraded. When sustainably managed, they have the potential to absorb about 1/10 of global carbon emissions projected for the first half of this century into their biomass, soils, and products, and store them.
And before we go, hundreds of patrons queued as early as 9 a.m. despite spending several hours in church on New Year's Eve for the first edition of Party in the Park in 2019. Now, the 2019 Love FM Family Party in the Park offered parents and their children the opportunity to spend quality time together and strengthen family ties. Your superstation Love FM provided many activities that made the time worthwhile. Prince Apia has more in this report.
Bouncy castle, electric train, swimming pool, horse riding and others were available at the Rattray Park, where children had trooped in to celebrate the new year. It was the Love FM family party in the park, the first for the year 2019.
I went to sit on the horse. I've been playing football. I went to bounce. I went to paint my face. And I went to the trampoline and I bounced. And I went to collect a knife. And I went and collect. Somebody bought Fanta for me and I drank it. That's everything. We have painted her face. And not to be tired. How to still play. I came here with my family. We are having more fun. We have eaten ice cream. We have rode some horse. We have jumped on the trampoline. We are waiting to have more fun. I've been having fun at Rattray Park. I rode horses, jumped on trampolines and bouncy castles, and I've been having fun with my siblings.
The day was full of fun-packed activities, which included kiddie and mascot dance, treasure hunt competition, and live band performances, especially for the oldies. Patrons were excited with the experience at the events.
Minister enemy amo nyina ya bakumase say e beji ani e wa ha ye ba kwa safa nkwa ibo kumase ne ncheni ase e de ba ya because say ni ha na ni je wa ha
ye de mo fra fi bebi so abakumase ye person beji o mani e wa ha ye do ma bato o mo ba ye bi ni ajibebre ye film.
Oh, it's been fun so far. They've been worrying me to take them to the park since they vacated. And I think today actually is the time that we had the opportunity to come here. And I think so far it's been good. They've been moving around from game to game, and I'm sure they're enjoying themselves. I'm just observing, I'm just relaxing after we did a hard day's work yesterday. I'm hard to take some time off to be here to also enjoy myself a bit.
After distressing in this manner, both parents and their wards will end the holidays in this memorable manner and prepare for the best in the rest of the year. Prince Apia reporting.
That will be all for the AM News. Kojo Youngson.
Maps, please come. I think come to you.
Afi say na. You'll have 2 kids next year.
Oh, by you why?
See, I'm trying.
You're supposed to wish me well.
But that is well.
Not hell.
No, that is well.
2 kids would be lovely, but I'd rather not. Thank you very much.
All right.
You're kind.
I try.
Yes, yes. I'll have to think of something for you. I feel saying I'm working on it.
Okay. I'm waiting.
Please, but come back tomorrow. That was great. Thank you so much. All right. Well, coming up, the newspaper headlines. Norvan Akwahefa from the Joy Business team will join me. So don't go anywhere. We're back after these.